Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a brand new set of molds to bring a showcase video for you here today. And what this is a set of molds that we actually teased back at the Bait Makers meetup in South Carolina. We went and toured the Epic Bait Molds facility. If you haven't checked that out, there's a video on the channel for that. But what we're gonna be checking out is 3 different molds today. This is what we're calling the Epic Internal Series. This is Epic's way of branching into the lead world. And we have a couple of molds that are going to work together here, and we're gonna go through all the details and specifics. But as you can tell, we have a lead mold from Epic Bait Molds. This is awesome. I've been really looking forward to this, especially after getting to check out the whole mold making process and getting to see how all of these are built from scratch. But this is the first lead mold from Epic Bait Molds. This is Internal Jig 1. And as you can tell, it's got the nice cherry handles. And this is the new packaging that you can expect from Epic Bait Molds. This is the nice heat shrink. Everything came in the box, all neatly wrapped, and it just protected it extremely well. And as you can tell, she's pretty shiny. But this is the Epic Internal Jig 1, and as you can see, it's got a little hanger here. I'll get some close-ups of this here in a minute, but it's designed so that you can hang these up on the wall and keep them nice and organized, which if you have an organized shop, super awesome. Along with that, we have 2 soft plastic molds that the hooks and weights that come out of the lead mold are going to go into the soft plastic molds. And this is the Fin Kicker and the Fin Swim. So both swim bait molds, they're gonna be internally weighted swim baits, rocking some 3/0 hooks. And I'm gonna get into doing some close-ups over here for you guys to check out. Let's start with the unpackaging of the Internal Jig 1. As you can see, there is the recommended hooks, size 3/0, and there is the numbers for the Mustad and the Victory hooks, but I'm going to leave you a link in the description to Barlow's where you can pick up these hooks if you want to get some. Say you're going to order the mold and you want to get some hooks ahead of time, that is a great place to order some hooks. Well, let's crack this open, pull the heat shrink off of here. And you can see just how nice the finish is on that thing. I love that they did the hangers. The hangers are going to be so nice because I don't have to put these in my toolbox if I don't want to now. I can hang them on the wall. But you can see the engraving for our weights there on the top, as well as all of our information like I just pointed out on the front. As for the back, basically the same thing, just the name of the mold and saying that it is hot. And then check out how smooth this is. Nice and smooth. And you can see the inside has the engravings there as well. Just trying to make it nice and easy for you while you're doing your pouring. I've got 2 soft plastic molds for you guys to check out today. The first of which is the bigger of the 2, and it is the 4.6-inch Fin Swim. This is a 4-cavity swim bait that is designed to work with the Epic internal system. We will crack this thing open, and as you can see, it is a curly tail version. So this is gonna have a ton of action in the water. You can see the inserts here that are going to hold our hooks in place and our weights while we do our external pour. And then we have these awesome sprues that make for a beautiful laminate. As we saw, we got to pour some of these early at the Epic Bait Makers meetup, and they make for some absolutely beautiful laminates. But that is the bigger version, which is called the Fin Swim. And here is the smaller version, which is the 3.4-inch Fin Kicker. So this is a little bit smaller version, and it has a paddle tail, which I am super excited about. This is going to be a deadly bait. Anything about this size that is a paddle tail seems to work about anywhere in the world you go. All right, I'm gonna show you exactly how easy it is to do the lead pouring part of this system. So we have our Epic Bait Molds Internal Jig 1. And you'll have to excuse me if the audio sounds different. We're doing this in the other side of the shop that I am designing specifically for this. And we also have our hooks here. This is the Mustad. You can get these on Barlow's website. I'll have a link in the description below to Barlow's website. Also, we have just became an affiliate for Barlow's. So if you want to help the channel out, you can use code LASTSWIM at checkout, and we'll get a little bit of commission back on that, and it just helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything at all. But we're gonna get started. These hooks fit all 5 cavities of this mold. So all we need to do is crack open our mold. And you can see we have all of our different weights there engraved. And we're just gonna take our hooks and snap them into here. And they kind of snap in. There is the 1 1/4 ounce. And I'm also pouring some 3/16 because these are the 2 I think I'm gonna fish the most. But there they go, they are snapped in. And all we have to do is close our mold. Now it is a good idea to preheat your mold. Normally I've got the fans running for this just to help with the ventilation, but for this particular part of the video I'm gonna have them off. But I do recommend you have some fans on in here. I have one pushing and one pulling. That way you get a nice good airflow across the bench. But all we need to do now is take our mold, put it underneath the pot, and we're just gonna go quick, let it overflow, go quick, let it overflow. And then within about, I don't know, 5 to 10 seconds, we can go ahead and demold these. And that is going to be a really fast way to turn out a whole bunch of jigs. It's been a few seconds now, and you can see I have already poured some here in the background, but we'll kick this thing open. Now, I will say, if you want these to come out a little bit smoother, you can get some dropout spray and spray your mold with some dropout spray, and that will help a whole bunch. But all you have to do is take a little razor blade in there and they pop right out. And that way it doesn't take much time at all. Just make sure you remember that everything is hot, so don't be grabbing anything that you shouldn't be. There is a look at the 1/4 ounce and the 3/8 side by side, and you can kind of get an idea of how that weight is poured onto that hook. And all we need to do is take some flush cuts and cut the excess off of that. You can see just how fast that goes. I've been doing this for maybe 10 minutes or so. And we already have like 50 of these ready to go, and I was only doing 2 of them at a time. So that is pretty dang quick if you ask me. I gotta take the flush cuts and cut the end of these off, but I will show you that here shortly. So now that we've got a bunch of these poured, all we need to do is take a tool called a flush cutter, and we're gonna go in here and cut off this sprue. Make sure you just pinch it. Don't try to twist it because you will end up twisting this around the hook. You have to remember this lead is pretty soft and you don't want to just twist this off of the hook. So when you actually cut it off, just make sure you're cutting it and not grabbing it and trying to spin it like that. And then you get just a nice flat surface there, and you don't have to sand it or nothing because it's going to be inside of the swim bait and it is going to be good to go. So that was a smaller one. Now we'll do a bigger one. And again, just make sure you are cutting it. And this is super soft lead, so it comes off without a whole lot of force. But there you go. That is one of the larger ones. This is 1/4 ounce here, and this is 3/16. So these are probably the most common 2 sizes that I'll be throwing, but it goes anywhere from 1/8 ounce all the way up to 1/2 ounce. As you can tell, I've got some already loaded into the mold. I'm gonna do 2 of the 3/16 and 2 1/4 ounce just to make sure I have some variety for going fishing later. But what I'm gonna do is show you how these go in here. I'm gonna throw a 1/4 ounce in here for you. All you have to do is place that hook around that screw and then slide it in there, and then there's a little cutout right there. Let that eye go in there and it should snap kind of down into place, and you are good to go. We'll do one more here. Put it around there, and it has like a little groove cut out, so you can tell if it ain't in there right, it'll snap, and then there you go. As for colors in this mold, I think we're gonna use some chartreuse just for some action footage. I think it'll be easy to see in the water, so we're gonna do that. We're also gonna do a shad color laminate because it is a shad style mold. It feels wrong not to do a shad style laminate, and it'll give us a chance to test the actual laminate system in this mold. And then I'm probably gonna do some Atlas, which is our black and blue color, because the fish at this lake I've been going to have been really digging the black and blue. So we're gonna try that as well. That'll give us a few different colors to take out to the lake and go fishing with today. We're gonna start off with our laminate here. We have our colors ready to go. I've got my block the way that it needs to be oriented. It's gonna be in line, and let's see what kind of damage we can do here. Nice and full. Purge the injector right here. And now, I'm gonna flip this up and see if we can't get this done. Sometimes you just have some happy accidents in bait making, and that is exactly what this is. I let that top color get a little bit too cold, but you know what? I'm not even disappointed. They still look good, even with the laminate lines not being good because of my crappy laminate job. I'm gonna fish these this evening. They look great. They're actually broke up enough that they have a really natural look, and I think the fish are gonna absolutely wreck those things, but we'll have to see how it goes this evening. I decided to do some bluegill laminates to see how that would go. I was having some trouble with my shad color. I think I had too much powder in the belly side, and it was just making it like almost impossible to laminate. So we're gonna try the bluegill, Texas bluegill version that I have, and see if the laminates are any better. But this is the fin kicker that we will demold first here. Oh yeah, come out of there. Those are looking pretty slick. What a nice bluegill color. And there is a few of those ready to go. And now let's crack open the fin swim and see if it did any differently. Pop this open. I don't know why I always grab the wrong side of this, but I do every time. And there we go. There is some fin swims in the Texas bluegill. And as you can tell, they look pretty freaking sweet. We're starting to get it dialed in, and as you can see, those are some pretty good laminates in the fin kicker there. I was just having some problems with the shad just because the bottom color was too dense, but now that we've switched over to the bluegill color, we are starting to get some nice looking laminates. I'm a big fan of that color. Let's demold the chartreuse ones, shall we? Take these clamps off, set them out of the way. Let's crack these things open and see how they turned out. It should be cool being able to see that weight inside the cavity as well. This is the fin kicker, so this is going to be the paddle tail version. And they're going to stick into that side. And there we go. Now we have a couple of chartreuse ones to play with here. And now we'll demold the old fin swim and see how it looks. Oh, they're going to stick in the other side. Of course they are. And now we have some fin swims. Awesome. Those are going to be great to see the action in the water. Let's demold some Atlas swim baits, shall we? I shot quite a few of these into the kicker here because this is a color I think is absolutely going to catch them today. They've been really on to the black and blue for whatever reason, so I hope it's going to fish pretty good like it has been. We're going to demold the fin swims here and see. We might throw these too. I don't know. I'm probably going to throw the paddle tail a little bit more, but I do like this curly tail. It's probably going to have a lot of action. We're just going to have to see which one we like better. Here is our little arsenal that we have put together so far to go fishing this evening. We have our first set of laminates here. We have some chartreuse for the swim testing. And then we have our Atlas, which is the black and blue color. And I think that color is going to be great today. And then we have some that I actually brought back from the Epic Bait Makers meetup. And as you can see, they laminated a lot more beautifully. But yeah, this is our beginning of our tackle arsenal of the fin kicker and fin swim. Here is a look at our laminates here on this tray together. We have our Texas bluegill, and our broken shad. I'm gonna have some sample packs on the store if you wanna pick some of these up to test out the action and see if you like them before you invest in this mold system. But they're gonna be sample packs, so you're gonna get 4 baits. 2 of them will be 3/16 and 2 of them will be 1/4 ounce, just to give you a couple different weights to play with, and you can see if you like them. But they may sell out really quick, they may not. If you can't get your hands on any and you really want some and there's not any available on my website, just send me a message and I'll see if I can't get you a custom set over to you. But this is what we're working with, and I am pretty pleased with how these are turning out. Also, on a side note, as per recommendations of Jason and Amanda, if you're worried about lead oxidation, you can get some of this. This is Bond Coat 4849. This is a LureWorks product, and you can follow the directions on the back of this bottle and apply it, and that kind of creates a barrier and helps prevent oxidation of your lead. If that's something you're worried about, this is a product you might want to check out. So he's rolling like a son of a gun. Oh, he likes it. He likes the kicker. All right. Yeah, that's, maybe not. I don't really want him in the boat. Now he cooperated. Yeah, she's a lot happier.
I understand that.
We were talking about that yesterday. She said, man, I should have quit a long time ago.
I told her before last semester. You got it.
Drop it. Megan.
Oh, that is a, oh, that's a pretty one.
That's a big old slab.
That is. That's a really
On the
good
kicker as well.
Which one? The white one?
Yeah, the one with the paddle tail. He choked it too. That's a nice crappie.
It is.
Well, caught the species on it so far. I just ain't caught a bass on it. You gonna get the net for me?
Oh my God.
That's a good one.
Oh crap.
Here he comes. Good job. Good job.
Okay, we'll do a picture of this.
Yeah, I want to pick this. Hey. Guys, I hope you enjoyed breaking down this epic internal system. This has been a lot of fun from pouring the lead to doing the laminates. It's just been a nice break from all the ordinary ins and outs of bait making, and I have had a great time. So if you want to pick up any of these, I'll have some on the website. I know your money is valuable to you, so if you want to get some before you invest in a system like this, you know, I totally understand that. If you get on the website and they're sold out or you can't find any, just shoot me a message and I will try to get you some. I've got a lot going on right now, but if you're patient and can bear with me for a little bit, I can get you some. With that being said, this has been a great system to pour and to shoot. If you want the links to this, I will leave a link to Epic Bait Molds down in the description below. Big shout out to them for letting us check this out early and get this video out to you guys on drop day. Other than that, like and subscribe. It helps the channel out tremendously, and I appreciate all of you who watch, and I will catch you guys in the next video.